Welcome to the Bible Lore Expedition, where you and I embark on a journey of discovery. I'm your host, Javen. In the previous episode, we learned about the rivalry between Rachel and Leah, which intensifies as they compete for Jacob's affection and strive to outdo each other in bearing children. The chapter recounts the births of their 12 sons who would later become the patriarch of 12 tribes of Israel. Meanwhile, Jacob's relationship with Laban becomes increasingly strained as he seeks to secure his own wealth and independence. Through a series of cunning tactics and divine intervention, Jacob outmaneuvers Laban and increases his own flocks and herds, despite Laban's attempts to deceive him. At this point, Jacob has had enough. He decides to leave Laban's household and return to his own land with his wives, children, and possessions. He felt a great deal of oppression because Jacob had been exploited by Laban for years. And so Jacob secretly prepares to depart, fearing Laban's reaction if he were to leave openly. And so Jacob pulls off the ultimate elope with his wife, children, and his possessions. When Laban heard that Jacob had left without saying a word, Laban pursued Jacob, accusing him of stealing his household gods. Now, this is where the twist is in this story. Rachel, before leaving her father's house along with Jacob, had stolen idols from her father's house. Jacob is unaware of this and he boldly confronts Laban, defending his innocence and asserting his right to leave. Oh boy. After a tense standoff, Laban and Jacob make a covenant, agreeing to part ways peacefully and never to harm each other. Jacob and his family continue their journey back to Canaan, with God's protection and guidance evident throughout their travels. As they approach their homeland, Jacob prepares to face his brother Esau, whom he had wronged years earlier. With uncertainty looming ahead, Jacob puts his trust in God and prepares for the reunion with his brother. The story of Genesis in chapter number 30 and 31 highlight the themes of perseverance, integrity, and the fulfillment of God's promise as Jacob navigates the challenges of his journey and seeks to establish his own legacy. Jacob departed as he had been under his father-in-law's authority for an extended period, 20 years to be precise. At some point, he likely realized it was time to make a change in his life. It was time to leave oppression behind and move towards freedom. If you are listening to me, perhaps you're in a place where you're oppressed. It's time to leave behind oppression and move towards freedom. There's always freedom at the cross of Jesus Christ. I hope you're enjoying these episodes. If so, please follow my podcast and enable that notification or the bell icon to get notified of any new episodes that I put out. I'm your host, Javen.